comfortable? Or?
Well, as I said, I'd had one other estimate that I'd gotten a price on, and I just had a sense that that was a little low relative to the size of the job. We thought this one was a fair price. A little negotiation back and forth on certain things that you could do to it, which we spoke to Vinny about, and I think they were very accommodating to try and come to what was a price that we agreed upon.
Right.
Well, it starts in that they gave us the estimates. Obviously, the good news was I'd be a little leery if they say, oh, yeah, we can do it tomorrow. It tells me they don't have any work. But they had tried to schedule us in, so we agreed upon some set times that they could slot us in to come do the job, and explained how long it was going to take, and again, failing to find any unusual items or anything that they couldn't see when they were scraping off the old driveway. Yeah, that was constant. Had Vinny's cell phone number, he had mine, and basically kept us informed when the men were coming, what crew, what they were going to do on a given day. So kept us totally informed about what the process was going to be. And we did run into a couple issues, during the process, and Vinny was available during the phone. Matter of fact, he was calling me all the time. Yeah, the level of communication was great. We ran into a couple issues on the job that were unforeseen, and Vinny was great, and his office, reachable. I don't think I ever went more than a half an hour without getting to him if I had to get hold of him. No, and Vinny was on the job personally a number of days himself, overseeing it, so I was very pleased to see that. Yeah, I don't remember how many showed up, but I think they got here about 7 o'clock, 7:30 in the morning, and by about 8:30 the driveway was scraped. I was surprised how quickly it went, at least the initial phase. Things were moving very quickly, had all their machinery here, and everything went fine. I think during the process, Vinny and I and my wife, we'd looked at the job, we identified what we wanted to do and what we wanted to have done. Again, I had comfort that I'd seen some of his previous work that he'd done, and I didn't feel that we had to be here to micromanage the process at all. And we just led it to him, and as I say, Vinny was here a significant part of the time. He knew exactly what we wanted, and as we check on it, when I got home at the end of the day or whatever, we were very pleased to see that it was moving forward. Yeah, the timeline, day one, they scraped off the driveway, took away it was a mix of gravel and asphalt, scraped all that down, took it down to the dirt level. Then some trenches were dug to put the Belgian block in on the sides. That took quite a bit of time because to lay that out. In the interim, they'd come and put an aggregate base down, almost a stone dust down, so that we could continue to have access to the driveway, so that we weren't prevented from using the cars or the garage at all. Yeah, what we decided to do was this was just a flat gravel blacktop driveway, half and half. We wanted it all scraped down. We wanted Belgians put on the side. We asked him to rebuild a wall up closer to the garage, and he really had to regrade. The biggest part of the job was to regrade and repitch the entire driveway, because before it was more flat than anything else. We were getting puddles. Water wasn't draining out properly, so it was really a regrading of the entire driveway. Really, probably almost a 2-foot pitch from one end to the other, or more, to make sure the water would drain out properly. Do you want to hear the problem? No, because I think this is important for that. One of the challenges is when the scraping process was taking place. We noticed that there were some couple tree roots that were protruding up through the pavement before. So when they scraped them away, I said to Vinny, "You'll get those out of there." "Yeah, no problem." And so my wife and I went out to the store, a couple hours worth of shopping, and I came back and I see a hole that is probably 15 feet by 15 feet by 10 feet deep in the middle of my driveway, and a backhoe in there, and Vinny's working the backhoe, and I said, "What happened?" And it turned out that as they were scraping and repitching and grading, that the builder of this home, that was built in 1963, had apparently buried tree roots and stumps in the driveway. And that probably contributed to some of the sagging and the pitching that we were seeing, that the tree roots and the stumps were basically disintegrating. They were going to end up with a sinkhole. So Vinny dug them right on out, and was able to take them away. And I think the most impressive thing was when I said, "Oh boy, what a problem!" He goes, "Not a problem. We'll get rid of it." And he goes, "The only thing I'm going to ask you to pay for is the disposition cost of the stumps." So again, that reinforced my comfort with the process. Stood by the price unless there were any add-ons. We said if there were any unknown contingencies that came about, and obviously this was one of them. But he didn't charge me for the labor, just for the cost of getting rid of the stumps at the dump. We were very pleased, and probably the thing that pleased us most was that we had chosen Rockies and Vinny to do it, because just from a sense of some of the previous contractor or the contractors who we'd received a bid from, I don't have the comfort that they would have stood behind the job or done it to the detail that was done here. I mean, it wasn't an inexpensive job, but it was done right, and you pay for it once rather than coming back 2 years later and having to redo something. Yeah, a lot of people are surprised. Well, we've done a lot of work just besides the driveway, but a number of them have asked who's done the driveway, and I think we've been able to refer 2 to 3 people to Rockies already. So, and then we just got a call the other night from another lady who we've given his name to. So I think there's another referral coming as a result of that. Pays to do it the right way. I think probably one of the best things is, if you have friends and neighbors who've had the work done, and check with them to see if they've been satisfied with the job. Clearly, anybody that's had a good experience is going to be comfortable recommending that. Certainly, you can check the Better Business. You should check out the Better Business Bureau and the licensing of the contractors. I think that's probably one of the most important things that we see today. That would certainly help. And the other thing is, my recommendation is, when somebody comes to the house, give them the time, if they want to take an hour and explain what the process is. A lot of us are always in a hurry and you're ready to rush out and just give me the estimate and you go with it. I initially thought the hour or the hour and a half is an imposition, but it's time well spent, that you won't regret.